the old bank stick. Made a lovely swim in these long bushes and then just seen two big fish swim past it. Nice. Oh, I'm stood here watching a very big mirror swimming about. It could be the big mirror. The one that's been on the missing list for the last 4 years. Please be the fish. Please be the one. He's bloody big anyway. Just come and just swimming past the mixers. Come on, take one. Just turned up for a 24-hour session. I've got to walk a third of a mile, but it's just started. Pure nightmare, heavy drizzle. Don't know whether to sit it out or just get on with it. Give it 5 minutes and see how it's looking. Great. Well, I waited 5 minutes and it's eased off. It's like a bit of a fine mist type rain, so I'm going to go for it. Although I want to start pushing the barrow, you know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen, you don't even need me to say it. But I'm going to go for it anyway. Let's run the gauntlet. Go! Oh, I'm down here at last. That was a mental slog. The grass along the main river is so much longer now. I'm absolutely knackered, but because I got here at lunchtime today rather than just before dark, I've got time to have a look around and try and see if I can find some fish. So that's what I'm going to do for a while. I'm pretty sure they'll be down this end of the water. That's the beginning of it just there. This is the shallower water. It's a little bit deeper about there and then it goes round the bend and shoves off again. And I'm thinking this area where I saw some fish a couple of weeks ago, sunbathing. Obviously they're not sunbathing today. I spend a while just standing, watching, hoping to see something. There's a fin here sticking out the water. It's a bream or a grass carp. I haven't had any grassies caught in here for quite a few years. If it's a bream, it'll be in a shoal. Whatever it is, it's in a bad state. It's got loads of white on it. I think it's a bream. Well, this is new for me, fishing with the rod tips up. I saw a carp down where I was looking before by the bream, so I came back up here to get my barrow, my rucksack, and then I saw the biggest patch of bubbles I've ever seen in my life just in front of this bush here, the hole in the weed, just behind the weed there. So I fished with my rod tip up to keep the line out of the water, right onto the spot, and I fished into the weed on the other side. The PVA bag cast right into it, solid bag. So I'm keeping the rod tip up there as well. Although it doesn't look very weedy at the moment, the level of the river's come up, or the river, the lake, level of the lake come up by about a foot, so the weed you can't see because it hasn't grown up yet. Basically the Environment Agency have sorted out the level on the main river that runs alongside by fixing the sluice gate. That directly controls the level of this water, so this has gone up so it doesn't look as weedy as it is. So I'll be a foot or so below the surface. On my other rod, just fish my usual style, slack lines, slack line along the margin to that bit of weed there, right on the edge of it. This one's on corn over hemp, the other two are on some 10mm sauce boilies I bought today. The fish in here are feeding on naturals in the summer, so it's small baits for me. I'm fishing off the barrow for now. There's my seat there. If I don't see any more signs of carp down here before it starts going dark, I will move down where that bream was having its tail out the water earlier. So now I'm set up, it's time for a well-earned brew. I brought that middle rod back in because it was right in the weeds and I wanted it to be just off them. And I tried to put a new solid bag on. I don't know what went wrong here. Lead with a load of boilies tied above it and the rig outside the bag. I just put it in A. Does the same job as one that looks neat. There's a huge set of bubbles over there. Don't know if the camera's picking them up. It's what was basically the same on this side when I first got here. Well, when I first walked back down here. It's a big fish making all them bubbles. Hopefully a big feeding fish. Come on. Doesn't get any more old school than this for a bit of shelter from the rain. The oldest umbrella ever. It's all like frayed bits and stuff. I love it. I'll be start leaking in about 5 minutes if it keeps raining. Well, I've moved swims now. The other end of the field where I fished a bit this year. Stood on my sunglasses. He broke the arm, broke the frame. Well done. Seen a couple of fish crash. Gotta go and pick my son up in a minute because he's coming down for the night. So while my rod's in, go and get him. Went to get the boy, he's walking back with his KFC, and there's a deer on the bank over there. Just ran off into the bushes. 2 of them. Just had an eel. Ugh. Managed to shake her off though. It's a nice night. Night lights on the alarms. Middle one's up, above the others to keep the line out the margins here because the left and right rods are both along the margin. Go.
My dad didn't catch any carp last night, so now we're going home.
Getting blinded by the light of this phone. It's the 23rd of August. This is only the second night I've done on here this month, I think. I had my brother's stag do a couple of weeks ago, so I used up most of my fishing nights on that. After the missus allows me. We're having a baby next month, so this might be the last chance to get. Maybe I can sneak another night in next week or something before the end of August. Well, as expected, I didn't catch anything. Packing up now to go home, and you can tell it's coming to the very end of the summer with these cold mornings now. Things are getting wet in the morning, as they weren't a few weeks ago. The only indication I had was on the choddy, which is the right hand of these 2 rods. I had a few beeps in the night. What was it? I haven't fished down this end since like March. I might not be coming back again now till next year. Hopefully I get another night in next week. We'll have to wait and see. Well, I'm out for my last bit of fishing before I go on paternity leave from fishing. The baby's due soon. I'm out for just under 24 hours because I've got to get up early at 7 in the morning and take my son for a medical appointment. So I'm fishing 2 lakes. I'm fishing the local pond for a couple of hours, so I'll hopefully put a couple of fish on the bank before I hang the rods up till next year, and going down the old river then for the afternoon and tonight. So I'm down the local pond, which I can fish on the river ticker. A couple of rods, old school style. Armour mesh thread, hook baits. I normally catch a few fish, 2 or 3 an hour when you fish down here, especially in these conditions. I'll be happy with catching a few fish, and then I'll move off down to the old river then. Well, this is your average kind of fish from this pond. 5 pounds and under. I mean, a 42-inch net, so it makes it look really tiny. I'm just going to move down the other end because there's a lot more bubbles coming up down there. Then I got this fish, so I'll stay down here for another 20 minutes. This took me about 20 minutes to catch. See if I get another one. If not, I'll move down there. Well, I cut my trip to the pond short. We had 1 fish in an hour and a half. I was going to stay for 2 or 3 hours, but it wasn't very prolific down there today, so back down here earlier. Now it's time So slog it out with a bit of a walk down there. Got the bivvy up just in time there, kids. Coming down now. A few fish been bubbling in front of me, near where my baits are. So fingers crossed. I do love this place, I'm going to miss it. After this session, I'm going to leave tomorrow morning. I'm not going to be back now till like next April probably. I'll keep an eye on what's going on because we've got a Facebook page. Bloody hard place to fish this. Two rods here. And one there pointing skywards with a chod 100 yards down the margins in the reeds. Come on, scream off. Scream off. I can't recommend these enough. It's a sachet of cooked pasta. Just got to boil literally a tiny bit of water, 30ml of water, and then put it in your mess tin or your pan. Wait till the water's absorbed. And then you've got a pot of stirring sauce, or you can get sachets of bolognese. Quick and simple meal when you're fishing. It really doesn't come any quicker and simpler than that. About 4 minutes to prepare, maybe even less. I've caught one of this water's many eels. Bloody nuisance. On a slug. Slug hook bait. Big eels in here, like. Oh, shake it off the hook. Don't want to touch it. Well, last night I had 2 eels. That was it. It was like invasion of the slugs. Just kept getting loads of big black slimy slugs coming in my bivvy. So I fired them all into my swim every time they appeared. I put about 30 of them out. I caught the eels on slug hook baits, hoping I'd tempt a carp, but it wasn't to be. And that brings to a close my fishing for this year, and the next stop is another baby and sleepless nights. Can't wait.